Geraint Davies.
Diolch yn fawr, Mr Speaker, Prynawn and happy St David's Day debate. And can I also add my condolences and respect to the late, great and lovely Professor Hal Francis, who did so much for the Welsh Affairs Committee, the Human Rights Committee, and in fact fought with me to get David Cameron to agree electrification of the railways to Swansea, a promise yet to be fulfilled. Gorau arf dusk. The best weapon is the weapon of knowledge, as Hal would say. And Hal would be very pleased that the Welsh Government is leading the way in terms of vaccination. 26% of the nation versus 24% in England. 31st of July will see everyone offered a vaccination. And already we see children in schools in a gradual rollout in a responsible way, not the sort of big bang approach we see in England that has ended up with excess deaths over 5 years, something like 20% in England when it's just 13% in Wales, partly because of the success of our contact tracing system, which is wholly in the public sector. We've also seen in Wales, of course, where the UK government is in charge in the DVLA, where there were only hundreds of people in the last lockdown in March at work. There are now thousands, even after 555 COVID cases. It's completely irresponsible at a time that BT have offered more kits to enable people to work from home. And workers are basically being played Russian roulette with by the government and being forced into a choice between going on strike or protecting their families. Is completely irresponsible and unnecessary. The Welsh Government, meanwhile, are building back better, building back stronger, but we get less than 2% for railway enhancements versus 5% of our population, which is completely unfair. I want to see the investment in the Swansea Bay Lagoon, again as a U-turn by the Conservative Government on that. I want to see the commitment to the Shared Prosperity Fund spent where it's most needed, where it's most productive, as was the case, incidentally, by the EU. We don't know what the Tory government's going to do with that. We also know Wales is suffering from a bad Brexit because it was a late deal with a half-filled sack delivered by the Prime Minister on Christmas Eve, and there's a bit of chaos there that hopefully can be sorted out. Meanwhile, of course, the Development Bank of Wales, set up by the Welsh Government, is doing well, alongside the £2 billion Economic Resilience Fund that's delivered 141,000 jobs already. Meanwhile, apart from a greener, stronger Wales, we've got a fairer Wales with the Welsh Labour Government, free school meals on holidays, no dodgy deals, no homelessness left in the street, unlike in England. So in conclusion, Mr Deputy Speaker, I'd urge people to vote Labour this year for the ambition of Wales, for the health of Wales, for justice in Wales, for a fair, stronger Wales. Give us the tools to do the job. We've got the government capable of doing it. Diolch yn fawr iawn.